Hey everyone, it's Tyler, the Antenna Man, and today I'm going to review the Channel Master EXTREMEtenna 80 CM4228HD long-range outdoor antenna. It's a large bow-tie style antenna that advertises good UHF gain while still picking up VHF. How well does it work? Stay tuned to find out. If you're seeing me for the first time, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell icon to receive a notification whenever I post a new video. So the Channel Master EXTREMEtenna 80 has an 8-bay bow tie design which is known to perform very well with the UHF band. The bow tie design has a wider gain pattern. This means the antenna is more likely to pick up channels from different directions than a Yagi style antenna. Beware of counterfeits and knockoffs of this excellent antenna model. There are a few out there on Amazon that don't perform as well, not only according to Channel Master, but also according to my own tests. You see, years ago I purchased one of these knockoffs thinking I could save some money. In the end, it ended up performing much worse than even a single 4-bay UHF antenna. The build quality of the Channel Master EXTREMEtenna 80 is absolutely excellent, with mostly metal as an antenna should be made of. It's not going to fall apart no matter the weather conditions. It's pretty easy to install with the Channel Master universal antenna mount, which was specifically designed to support the EXTREMEtenna 80. Although this antenna is primarily designed for UHF performance, it will still pick up VHF thanks to the continuous back reflector. Most antennas use a separate reflector screen on the back of each element, which won't work well for VHF. What is VHF and UHF for those of you watching me for the first time? VHF TV stations broadcast on channels 2 through 13 and typically require a longer antenna element to be picked up, while UHF TV stations broadcast on channels 14 through 36 and are better picked up with smaller antenna elements. If you look at this antenna, you'll see the long continuous back reflector designed for high VHF channels 7 through 13, while the smaller bow tie elements are designed for UHF channels 14 through 36. It's also important to understand, I have to keep stressing this, that most TV stations don't broadcast on the channel number you may know them as. So in Philadelphia, there's an NBC 10 and the average person would think that they broadcast on channel 10 because that's what it says on the TV set, but they actually broadcast on UHF channel 28. The same is true for most TV stations across the country. The current TV standard and ATSC 3.0 allows TV stations to broadcast on a different RF channel than what is shown on your TV set. So if you have a channel 4 in your area, don't assume that they broadcast on channel 4. They probably don't. To find out what channels your local TV stations are broadcasting on, go to antennaweb.org, type in your address, and click that little check mark that says the antenna will be installed 30 feet above ground level, even if it's not, and it will provide you a list of stations you can likely pick up at your location. Look at the RF channel on each station. That's the channel the stations are broadcasting on. So, for example, WBRE 28 actually broadcasts on VHF channel 11. If you don't see any channels listed on antennaweb.org, don't freak out and assume you won't get much with an antenna. You see, the website tends to underestimate how many channels a person can receive with an antenna. They probably assume everyone's using a piece of junk like this. You can also use the FCC DTV reception maps or rabbitears.info to locate channels. I attached links to both in the description of the video. One other thing I like about this antenna is that it comes fully assembled in the box. This is very convenient as it can be tricky and time-consuming to put together some antennas. How well does this antenna work on UHF and especially VHF? I'm going to test it out in the same location I tested out various other outdoor antennas to see how it performs. If you decide to purchase this antenna, be sure to follow my link in the description of the video to help support the YouTube channel. Here are the results from the last 2 antennas I tested out on my YouTube channel. From left to right, you'll see the TV station, the call letters, RF channel the TV station broadcasts on, and the results of the previous 2 antennas I tested out on the YouTube channel. All of these TV stations are about 42 miles away with one mountain ridge between my home and the broadcast towers. You can also see the results of various other outdoor antenna models by checking out my other videos. The signal on CBS 3, which broadcasts on UHF channel 30, was higher on this antenna than the last two antennas I tested out on the YouTube channel. The signal on NBC 10, which broadcasts on UHF channel 28, was also higher on this antenna compared to the last two antennas I tested out. The signal on WPHL, which broadcasts on UHF channel 17, was higher on this antenna than the last two antennas I tested out. I'm starting to see a trend here. The signal on Fox 29, which broadcasts on UHF channel 31, was higher on this antenna than the last two antennas I tested out. The signal on WHYY, which broadcasts on VHF channel 12, was a bit lower on this antenna than the one antenna, but about the same as the McDury antenna. This antenna performed very well on the UHF band while still being able to pick up VHF. That's the key. It has good gain on UHF and can still pick up VHF. The model is well known in the antenna community in fringe locations and for DXers. I even used it on a few installs in very weak signal areas before I moved to an area that had a trash low VHF station. I'm talking about this one. This is definitely an antenna I'd recommend in weak signal areas where there's mostly UHF stations. If you're in an area with a lot of VHF stations or even low VHF stations, I would recommend one of Channel Master's larger Yagi style antennas with more VHF gain, such as the Channel Master Advantage 100 or Masterpiece 100. I attached links to both antennas in the description of the video. If you aren't sure what antenna to purchase, don't guess. You can waste a lot of time and money that way. Get it right the first time with an antenna recommendation from me on my website at antennamanpa.com. I run a reception report at your location, take a look at the frequencies and signal strength, determine what antenna would work best for you based on my experience testing out over 50 antenna models and actually installing them in 4 different TV markets with all kinds of different frequencies: low VHF, high VHF, UHF, strong signals, fair signals, weak signals, and very weak signals. Thanks to Channel Master for sponsoring this video and supporting my YouTube channel. An additional thanks to everyone who supports me on Patreon or is a member of my YouTube channel. If my videos have helped you cut the cord, which I'm sure I helped a lot of people do, or if you just think my videos are cool and would like to support them while gaining exclusive perks, such as behind the scenes content, access to my videos ad-free 1 day early, and direct contact with me, visit patreon.com/antennaman or click the join button in this video. If you're on Facebook, you can like my Facebook page at facebook.com/antennamanpa. If you do like my page, make sure to share my videos so your friends and family can learn the true benefits of cutting the cord with an antenna. If you're not on Facebook and would like to receive email updates when I post new videos, feel free to sign up to my email list. I attached a link in the description of the video. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel for more cord cutting and antenna related videos, and have an awesome day.